Ladies, gentlemen, friends, family, thank you for taking a peek at my very first episode. And extra special thanks for everybody that's been rocking with me since the beginning. You have no idea how much I appreciate you guys. And I mean, this is something that I've been talking about for a while, and I'm finally getting it going. And I'm telling you, this is from the ground up. I've learned everything from video editing to audio editing. I'm still not even great at it yet, but I'm learning as we go. So the more you guys tune in, the more you'll see better quality, etc., etc. But like I said, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Thanks for following me on Instagram and everything. And I you have no idea how much I appreciate it. So I'm just going to jump into this, introduce myself for the people that don't know, that are barely tuning in the first time watching me on this. My name's Mark. They call me Mark Horns, fucking dude behind the fucking horns. That's just, I'm just rocking right now, trying to make this shit work. So I just want to introduce a very special guest to me, a man that's been through hell and back more than a few times, and he's one motherfucker that you can't tell no to. He'll make it happen. He'll make something out of nothing, more or less. And always on the grind, always on the go, So without further ado, let me introduce this guy. And the coincidence is that motherfucker's name is Mark too. So anyways, let me introduce you to him. Hey man, go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself, bro. Yeah, what's going on, dude? Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure. I mean, I like just tripping out on your little setup here, man. It's fucking dope, dude. I like your whole get down and everything, and been watching you on Instagram and everything, and been waiting for you to finally get this thing going. And yeah, man, thanks again for having me on, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. The pleasure's mine, bro. Believe me. That's some good shit right there, man. Oh, you like that shit? Well, fuck, man. You want a drink? Fuck yeah. Pour it up, bro. My dog. Give me a second. You know what? I'll even make yours double. There, you're double, bro. Thanks, man. And cheers. I do appreciate a good scotch. Cheers, man. Well, you can't go wrong with Macallan, bro. It's a really nice Pendleton you have on there, man. Looks good. Thanks, man. You have a really nice Pendleton too, man. You a collector? Because I've been collecting for quite a while. Oh, thanks, dude. And don't take this the wrong way or anything, man, but you're a really good-looking dude. Not at all, man. I don't think of it that way at all. You're a fucking good-looking dude. You know what's fucking crazy, man, is that I know somebody that looks exactly fucking like you. The resemblance is unfucking canny, dude. Like, you guys can probably be twins. It's fucking crazy. No fucking way. So what up, bro? Where you grow up, dude? Yeah, man. So I grew up around Durley Park, Hill Street, C Street area. Basically your pretty much everyday neighborhood, multiple gangs that were around there and everything. It was like, I don't know, every single day it was the norm, watching people get down, scrapping, shooting. And you got to remember, this was like the late 80s, early 90s, and gangbanging was pretty fucking crazy out in Oxnard then. And I remember there was a few incidents where it was like fucking boys in the hood and shit, and it'd be like, you want to see a dead body? And there, no fucking shit, there was fucking dead bodies right there and shit. I mean, if you really wanted to go and look at the newspapers, you would see like a dead body, fucking Hill Street, whatever. But that was just your typical day. And I remember we would walk to school every single day, and there was always something happening. And then Durley Park was like, that was like the war zone right there. But I mean, that was just like I said, it was everyday kind of shit. And then later on, I think, I don't know, I think it was like 11 or 12, we ended up moving to some apartments down the way. So what apartments are you referring to? I'm actually referring to the apartments that are near the airport, Old Oxnard High School, 5th Street, 7th Street, and Hobson area. Are they the ones that were always in the paper, the ones that were all infamous, fucking gang banging shit, shooting, and all that kind of crap? Yes, those are the ones. Gotcha. So how was it growing up there? Well, like you were saying, those apartments were pretty infamous and very well known. They were always in the paper. There was always all kinds of crazy shit going on. And this is, and like, bringing it back, this was in the 90s, so there was a big heroin epidemic right there. This was before the pills and the pills and the crystal and the fentanyl and all that shit. This was like crack and heroin, and this was fucking really big out right there. And so not only did you have a bunch of criminal activity going on right there, but you had like your everyday dope fiend slumped over in the stairwell or in the alleyway. And you got to remember, these apartments have multiple alleys, and there's so many stairwells, and it was pretty ghetto, man. I would say it's pretty fucking ghetto out there. So at a fairly early age, you were exposed to and surrounded by all kinds of criminal elements and gangster ass shit, then yes. Growing up there, what other experiences did you come across? Well, so growing up right there, it was actually, there was a big racial divide that was there because, especially like toward with the Mexicans and the blacks. I'm not saying I'm racist or anything. I'm not. And as a matter of fact, I have a stepbrother. He's black, and like, so get the racist shit out of your fucking head. I ain't racist, but in those apartments, it was like it was just a racial divide, man. And like a lot of the black guys, they were like from like BMG or something, and there was all the homies and stuff that were all grouped together. So even though these people were your neighbors, you're literally walking out of your house and you see them walking out of their house like no further than 30 feet away from you, and then you guys are fucking scrapping or you're fighting and everything. And the crazy part is that a lot of people got stabbed, a lot of people got shot, everybody was getting fucking beat up. I had my fair share, and but no one fucked with the houses. That was, I guess, somewhat of a respect level or something, but nobody fucked with the houses, but everyone was getting beat up, and it was pretty fucking intense growing up right there. So you were basically like fighting every single fucking day, and it was a mandatory thing, because if the homies found out that you weren't getting down, then they were gonna just beat you down. So it's like, man, I'd rather just get down with these fools and not get jumped by my own homies, if you know what I mean. Damn, bro, that sounds like fucking jail or prison without the prison walls. You know what, dude? It really was kind of like that. It was like a fucking Shark Tank without the prison walls, for sure. So were you always kind of a fool, always fighting, getting into shit all the time? No, I wasn't always a fool. I mean, per se. I mean, I was, but I wasn't. Really, I was like one of those kids. I was like skateboarding and into graffiti and everything. But like in junior high, especially, for some reason, homies hated the skaters. Skaters hated the homies. I knew a whole bunch of homies, but I liked skateboarding, so I was in the middle of that. But all my friends that were skateboarders were getting beat up by these homies, and they were kind of fucking pussies. Like, they weren't very tough dudes. A lot of them were dorky white guys and everything, but I was in the middle of it because I knew all the homies, and that's the dudes that I grew up with in the neighborhood. But so in hindsight, I just ended up rolling with those dudes, and that's kind of like how that happened. And then like all the other fucking gangster shit and everything, just that was later. So what's this other shit? You know, like getting arrested and in and out of juvenile hall, shit like that, getting stabbed, getting shot at, getting my mom's house shot at, and all that fucking stigma that goes with the rest of you being a fool or a homie or whatever you want to call it. Whoa, how old are you, man? Yeah. I actually, I don't remember how old I was. I think it was like 17, maybe 18. I can't remember, but I got stabbed like 7 times. Ended up fighting a couple of people at the same time. And then, one of the guys came up on the side and stabbed me. And then, I ended up chasing after the guy and he ran. And, so I ended up walking home, going to the hospital. So you walked to the hospital? No, well, I walked home and then I got a ride to the hospital. Oh, got you. So did anything change? Or what changed? Well, I mean, for the most part, nothing really changed. I got out of the hospital like a day or 2 later. I don't remember. And, they stitched me up. And then actually, you know what? I think I was out the same fucking night. But I didn't really learn anything after that. I was still a knucklehead. I was still out running amok, still out running the streets, still doing what I was doing, hanging with the homies, drinking 40, smoking weed, all that kind of shit, man. Fucking, really, that didn't change anything. I didn't feel like it was a near-death experience or anything. Like, it didn't shock me. I just thought it was part of the norm. And I guess being around it for so long, you just kind of become desensitized to everything. So how long did you stay in those apartments for? And shortly after, too, my mom actually was like, okay, this fucking neighborhood's all fucked up. It's not good. But, and I don't think it was for a financial reason. I can't remember the real reason why we moved, but we ended up moving by Hueneme High School. And if you guys remember, at Hueneme High School, there was like the school shootings, the kid that did the school shooting or brought a gun to school and wanted suicide by cop. And then there's that other kid, the little junior hire that was bringing guns to school and shot that one kid. But my mom ended up moving into the neighborhood, the same neighborhood where the dudes that stabbed me hang. What the fuck? Damn, that sucks, dude. And so every day I fucking woke up, had to walk down the street, and it was a fucking war zone for me every single day. But I wasn't one to just lay down. So it's either you're going to get down or lay down. And I definitely wasn't laying down. So, and like I said, that was like every fucking day. And my mom was like, what the fuck? But I didn't tell her that we moved into that neighborhood, because then she would have been fucking panicking and everything. But there was a lot of shit I didn't tell her. So eventually people just got the hint that you weren't going to lay down, that you weren't going to bow down, back down, that it was going to be what it is, right? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can only keep fighting and shit the same people all the time. And then, like, even for me, I have enemies and stuff, or not anymore, but I had enemies that I had a mutual respect for. I mean, I knew that they weren't pussies, that they were down to get down. And, sometimes you have to have a mutual respect regardless if they're a rival of yours or not. Gotcha. Sounds like you were back in your apartment starting from square one, bro. Yeah, it definitely was like living in the apartments, and, but that's just the way it is, man. So moving forward, you mentioned you've been to jail a few times, or more than a few times. I'm not sure, but you mentioned that you've been to jail a couple times, right? Yeah. I mean, I did get busted a few times, especially as an adult. I actually got busted with I think 7.5 pounds of pot. And this was 12, 13 years ago. So this was before it was legal. And, I was into growing. I was into just, making the quick bucks and stuff. And also, too, this was before all the dispensaries were coming out and became real big and popular. And I think there's just a few dispensaries out there, really. And I even would sell product to them in the beginning. But, I mean, as quick as it comes, as quick as it goes. And sometimes that's just what happens. So how old were you? I think I was 24 2004, maybe. I don't know. I think so it happened back in 2009. Right. How long did you end up doing? After it was all said and done, I went to court a few times, ended up hiring an attorney and everything. I think I did just about under a county year. So when you got out, what were you doing? Were you still running amok? Were you still food? Did it straighten you out? What was it like when you got out? Well, fuck, when I got out, really, man, nothing really changed. I was still in that same mindset, still being a fool, not caring, not giving a fuck. Went back to doing the same thing I was doing. I literally jumped right back in, bought me a car right away. So were you working, or were you just being a street guy? I ended up getting a job, but I've always worked, but I was always out doing a bunch of other shit too. And I was just, I always wanted multiple incomes. So yeah, I did work, and I was still being a street guy at the same time. Gotcha. So around this time, you also had a child on the way, correct? Yeah, well, yeah, around that time when I had gotten out, I was about to have my second child, my youngest. My oldest, I actually had before I went to jail, so I didn't see her for almost like her first year or second year. Shit, I can't remember. But my youngest, she was about to be born during that time. So yeah. So are you and the mom or the mother still together? No, me and the mom aren't together anymore. We've been separated since, well, to be honest with you, we were separated when my oldest was born. And then, you know how it is, that typical ghetto love story. Oh, homies fucking go to jail and then they come out and they want to be with their girl and their kids and try to make it work out. But, when shit's just not right, it's just not right, and it just doesn't work out. So it took me a while to realize it's just not going to work out, and that's just kind of how that happened. So what happened with you guys? For the most part, we're cool. I don't have any ill animosity towards her. I mean, we're parents. We do co-parent and everything. But during that time, we did go to court and had to do the whole child support stuff. And the fucked up thing about the whole child support thing, man, is that, okay, so I had a great job, pretty good job. I was paying her child support and everything, maybe not as much as she thought she was entitled to, but, I had to pay for my car payment. I had to pay, to live too. And so I would still give her money because I got paid weekly, but I guess, like I said, it wasn't enough. So eventually she took me to court, and because that money wasn't documented, it doesn't count. So then they went back, and I had to pay I don't remember, like $7,000 in arrears. So when you owe arrears, the fucked up thing is that they take your fucking license away. And the job or the gig that I had during that time was that I was a chauffeur driving VIPs and stuff, in and out of the airport or wherever, film sets or whatever. So yeah, I was a chauffeur. And because I lost my license, I lost my job. And then after I lost my job, you ain't getting no money. And I wasn't really still slinging pot or any kind of, I wasn't even slinging anymore, really. I was slowing down. Actually, I just slowed down completely. And I ended up losing my car. Then I ended up losing my house. I mean, I rented, but I lost the place where I was living. And I became 100% fucking homeless, man. And it was fucking, I was lost. Man, that must have been rough, bro. So what happened after you had lost everything? So after I lost everything, man, I had couch surfed for a little bit, and I found another job. I got a job at AutoZone, actually, and I saved up enough, and I bought a car. So I saved up just enough to buy a car, and I started living in my car. So I think that was in 2013, maybe 2014. But I had lived in my car for almost like 3 years, man. And during that time, I was just like, fuck, man, what the fuck am I going to do? And I mean, I didn't really have any great, crazy work experience or anything. I mean, like I said, I've always worked these small jobs just to have a small income. My main job was fucking doing the whole fucking weed and other shit, you know what I mean? All kinds of illegal stuff. And so I was like, you know what? Let me try this college thing out. And so that's what I did. I went to college and I started right there. How was the whole college experience? How was that like? College was actually pretty fucking fun, man. I actually had a lot of good times attending. But what it did, it really structured me to become a better person, where I wasn't out running the muck all the time. I wasn't at the bar every day. I wasn't out fucking just being a fucking idiot, more or less. Because, you know, when you don't have nothing, man, you really start to reflect on yourself like, fuck, man, like, you're really that fucking loser. And then on top of that, you know, I'm right there being fucking homeless and shit. But I was living in my car. And so one of the first classes that I got at the college was I got a gym class. I did a gym class. So that took care of my showers every day. And, you know, I had a small job, so I was able to eat and everything. And because of that, then I was like, oh, let me start working out. And you got to remember, I used to be 305 pounds. So I started working out a lot more. And then like I got in the best shape of my life. My mind was right. My body was getting right, you know, and just my mental health of everything. So it's kind of like that saying, you know, mind, body, soul. Like my mind got right, body got right. And then I wanted to generate that to everybody else. And I had a few people, counselors and whatnot, that were really rooting for me to do better. Yeah, I'm a firm believer on if you get your mind right, everything will follow. And I find that to be real truthful on things. If you get your mind right, everything else will follow and fall into place for sure, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Abso-fucking-lutely. It really is the mind, body, soul thing. You get all that shit right and your world will be right. But so living in your car, that must have been pretty fucking detrimental, right, man? Like, kind of like, fuck, man. Like, you're probably going through a lot of fucking hardship then, right? Well, I wouldn't really call it detrimental. Like I was saying, like, I know it sounds worse than you think, but believe it or not, man, I had some of the best times being homeless. Adversity really introduces you to your true self. It makes you actually think outside the box, makes you aware on what you're able to do. Like, when you're not forced to do something, you're not going to learn it. And so this really forced me to really like structure myself to being a better person. I got a lot of ridicule from some of my friends out there, like, oh, you changed and you forgot where you came from. But, you know, that's way not even the case. Like, I know where I came from and I don't want to go back there. And I'll tell you, man, fuck that, dude. And, you know, I see homeless people all the time, dude. And a lot of people, some people have mental health issues, and I mean, we should address that. But some people are just fucking lazy, man. Like, dude, stop making excuses and go and do something. I mean, I wasn't going to live on my hands and knees, that's for sure. So, you know, that's, like I said, it wasn't detrimental. It was a very big learning lesson. And 3 years in the car, whatever, I had a good year. One of my good friends, he let me stay at his house. It was more like a trap house, though. Taking showers on 2x4s, no floor, fucking fools were getting blasted all the time. And this shit was fucking ghetto as fuck. No hot water. It was just graffiti all over the house. It was crazy, man. I maybe we can find some pictures or something, but I'm not lying. It really was like a trap house. Wow, man. I bet you've seen a lot out there. Yeah, man. Actually, late at night when you're in your car, you see a lot of fucking crazy shit going on, and you even run into other people that are in pretty like situations and stuff. Some of them I became friends with. I seen some people make it straight out of the ghetto, and there's a lot of actually homeless college students too. It's not like something we should look past. There's a lot of them, but a lot of them just, they can go back to mom. I didn't have that opportunity. So did you end up finishing college, or did you just kind of like go for a few semesters, or did you finish it out the whole way? Yeah, actually I did finish college. So you got an AA? Yeah, I got an AA. Actually I got 4 AAs. Oh shit, you got 4 AAs. My bad. Yeah, I got one in behavioral science, liberal arts and teaching, anthropology, geography, and I got a couple minors too. One in, I think, in geology, and a couple others, man. But really, I didn't really think I was going to be that type of person. Fuck, I didn't even go to high school. I never even went to school. I hated school, man. Wow, man, that's actually a really impressive story. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I graduated and everything, but I think I did it more just because I was the first person in my family to graduate, you know, so that was a big thing, and hopefully my kids can see that, and maybe I can be their role model or something, but I'll be damned if they walk down the same footsteps as I did. And I mean, I'm only telling you the short end of most of the story, and I mean, there's a lot of darkness in it, but I mean, I guess we can save that for another time, keep the audience, you know, guessing and stuff. But I mean, the story's really dark, but I mean, I'm just giving you a quick rundown of a timeline. So now that you graduate, what are you doing now? Well, since I graduated, I started working in education. Go figure. Started helping other kids. Just, you know, getting a feel for everything in the educational world. I do like my job. It's pretty fun. And the crazy thing is that a lot of the kids that I work with, I know their parents, and they know me. Like, it was some good, some bad, but at the very end, we all want the same goal, and that's to make sure that their kids do great in life, and, you know, we structure them to be the good people of society. Dude, that's a very incredible story, man. You're very inspiring. Not a lot of people are able to bounce back from something like that. And I mean, I've seen it in a lot of people where it does happen to them, and then they just kind of let go. And some people are lucky they have family to rely on, and some people don't. But for the ones that don't, man, they end up just hitting rock bottom. They either just keep doing what they're doing, using drugs, getting more and more lost. And like I said, it takes a very strong-minded individual to be able to bounce out of that, man. And I mean, I'm looking at you right now, dude, and fuck, man, you're a pretty strong-minded person. It's very admirable for sure. Thanks, man. So, is there anything that you want to add? Well, anything I want to add, let's see. Besides this being a fucking great fucking glass of scotch, man. Thank you. Yeah, there is quite a bit of stuff that I would probably like to add. Don't, for anybody out there listening to this, don't let shit get you down. And if you really want it, you're going to have to get up. You're going to have to grind every fucking day. You're going to fucking, even if you're a grown ass man, you're going to fucking cry, man. You're going to fucking try as hard as you can just to make sure that you're never in the same place again. And once you hit a fucking bottom, man, there ain't nowhere else to go but to go up. So, I mean, use your pain, use your hurt, use your anger, and use that as your fucking propulsion to move forward and strive and make a better you. Because in the long run, man, no one's gonna help you. Nobody's gonna help you. No one's gonna do it for you. You're gonna have to fucking do it. You're gonna have to grind. Your family ain't gonna help you. Your friends ain't gonna help you. I mean, I'm living proof of it right now. I mean, I had no one to go to. I mean, my mom wasn't able to help me. My mom was going through her own fucking struggles. My dad didn't help me. He was going through his own shit. My friends are probably fucking sick and tired of me. I mean, I don't blame them. Now I hope they think of me as a better person. But, dude, like I said, you got to do it. And if you really got to do it, what you got to do is look at yourself in the mirror. Stop fucking the complaining. Stop the fucking excuses. Stop being a little bitch and fucking do it, man. And I promise you, shit will be better. Shit will be better. And like I said, there's only one place to go when you hit the bottom, and that's up. Well, Mark, thanks, man, for coming on, dude. I really appreciate it, especially you being my first guest and all. And, man, thank you. Like I said, maybe we can do this again, have a couple drinks, whatever, hang out. But I really admire your story. I hope it does touch some people. And thanks, man. And just give some retrospect to everything that this shit's real life out there. And don't just throw in the towel when shit gets hard. When life gets hard, make the best of it. And you know what? People are always talking about how hard they are, but you know what? I used to think about the movie The Bronx Tale when they're all the working man's a sucker. That's what being hard is like about. That's a tough guy. In reality, yeah, man, that is being a tough guy, dude. It takes a lot to do that. You want to be hard, you got to fucking do the fucking work, man. Everybody wants to cut corners and make it easier and everything, but dude, your story's really inspirational. I hope you touch some people. But again, man, thanks, dude. Thanks for coming on. And for everybody out there that's tuned in for the first time, hit like, hit subscribe. Let me know if you like this material. If not, then let me know how I can improve it. Let me know. I need to work on my craft, so make sure that I make it cool for you guys. And also, too, somebody messaged me and said that the like button doesn't work on YouTube. So if you can, smash the like button and let me know if it's working, please. So again, you guys subscribe, let me know what's going on. And if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. It's mark.horns. So fucking find me, guys, and keep rocking with me. All right, I'll check you guys later. Horns. Peace. Horns.